Hello and welcome to CR Reviews, Cedric and Sidra, and we'll be reviewing Lights Out 2016. And today we got a special, awesome, beautiful, happy guest, Sunny Secular, also hostess of Secular Minority. So we'll be getting into this right now. All right, so
It says you have to give me permission.
permission. I'm recording all this. I'm gonna edit it out anyway. Where's Zoom? Damn it! I might leave it in because it's funny. I'm gonna give you permission.
That's what it says. It says ask him if you could.
Go to her name and
ask,
right click it or
please
something.
ask the host to give you permission to record.
Pin, mute. I'll click these right here. Remove, pin, stop video, pin, make, allow, record. Okay.
Okay, it says, I see it. All right, go.
All right, cool. All right, you recording?
Yep.
All right, so this was Lights Out 2016. This is a movie we watched independently, but bringing it together.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
it took a while for us to get together, but we got it. Sorry.
Yeah, finally.
It's been a rough month.
It's been rough.
It's been a rough month.
It has been.
Good grief, it's been rough. So I don't do the whole, this movie stars this person, that person. I don't care.
No.
Right.
Let's get to the premise of the story.
Yeah, what is in the meat of all of this? And this movie, what I like about it, it started off with no BS. It got right into what the problem is.
Yeah.
Yep. The first 5 minutes.
Yep.
Yep. I love that. You dude in the shop, and I wanted this movie has something that later on that pisses me off. But this movie starts off and dude is there. Well, no, the girl is there.
Yeah,
She goes to the back.
Esther.
Yeah.
And she catches on real quick. Something's wrong. Something is wrong. She didn't go, I'm seeing things. No, she saw something. She was flicking the light on and off, and she was like, "Look, dude, something's back there."
Yep. She didn't go in and go, "Hello."
No, hello. No
like,
investigation.
Hello. Goodbye. Oh man, what did you think about that scene, Sonny?
As when I saw that, I was like, first of all, it don't take that many turning the light on and off to see that there's somebody right there.
Exactly.
But at least she did have enough common sense to say, "Oh nope, this don't look right."
Yep, she bounced.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. But she messes up when she gets to dude and is trying to tell him. And he's like, "I ain't even trying to hear that. I got this important thing to work on." And he's like, "Okay, like what should they just be safe or something like that?"
Be safe going out there.
Yeah, I'd be like, man.
But you know what? It wouldn't have made a difference now that I think about it. How much explanation she'd done, if she had drawn a picture, if she had broke out the footage she got on her phone, it still would have got him because that's who it was there for.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the hindsight. I mean, right then, I'd be like, look, when you turn the lights off, it's gonna show up. That's it. And he probably been like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I gotta say, he won't no different here than he was in Zoo.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I forgot the whole damn match was going. He was a jerk here in a sense. That kind of I don't really care thing. But
I understand what his problem was though, because he was on the phone talking to someone about doing an intervention with his half down crazy wife. So that was taking full precedent in his mind. He just had a phone call with his son. His son's like, she's talking to herself. Can we do something about this? So yeah, the helper lady coming in saying, there's somebody back there. Who? I don't really know. He's like, okay, good night, Esther. I can see it. It's assholey. Yeah, but I do understand.
Now, one of the problems that I had with that one particular scene, when the son called him at the office and said, "Dad, she's talking to herself," that would have been cute for him to leave right there. And I think that's something that gets overlooked a lot when dealing with somebody that has mental health issues. Don't just leave them with the kid. Like that's the worst thing to do.
Yes.
And if the kid calls and says something's going on, you need to act then. You can't.
Right
Okay, I'll be
there.
home in an hour. They could all be dead in an hour. You need to be there
Exactly.
then.
You two bring up that, and I think that's very important because this movie does that, just like
Yeah.
every other movie before it. But now with gun violence, drug abuse, drug conflict, these racist Nazis in the street, these gun-toting Second Amendment or 2A people that are all out there with these severe health issues that's never been checked because them being crazy is now normal.
Right.
What are movies going to do now? Because they can't do that anymore and let it pass. Because people are going to say, this person got health issues and you're literally going to just let that slide, right? You're just going to ignore this? That's not going to work anymore. People are going to really hate those movies. Kind of like when you have your movie awards and there are no black shows up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are going to take notice. I wonder how it's going to be. Because that would actually add a more intellectual dynamic to a movie.
Movies are going to have to get smarter. Now, in regards to horror movies, and this movie is an example, they have gotten smarter because there's several points in this movie where you think to yourself, I could not have done anything any fucking better. And so they're going to have to get smarter. TV shows have already done so. I think about Lovecraft Country. That was a very intelligent show.
Did you see that, Sonny?
I didn't see all of it.
You got to finish it, girl.
How many episodes have you gotten?
I had some issues with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's like, man, that ain't. You know that wouldn't even happen. But still, how many episodes did you? What episode you on?
I think I got by episode 3 or something.
Girl, you got to watch all of it.
It was past. I just have an issue when it goes when movies go back to that kind of time period where they were throwing the fire on her property and telling her to move out and using the N-word. I have a problem with those type of movies.
It's not going to get no better. I'm going to tell you that.
It's not going to get.
And that's why I never finished it.
But the ending, once you get all the way through it, the ending is very, very satisfying. You really, and there's more coming that is very hard. I ain't going to bullshit you. There are several very hard episodes because they are so historically accurate and they get you in your fucking guts. But by the time it's over, I think you'll feel better having watched it than not watched it. And then the way it concludes is very satisfying.
When he walked his way through half a mile of the most nasty, grossest sewer in the world, but he came out on the other side clean. That's about how it is. That's about how it is.
It's, if it takes you time, cool, but I really think you would think it's worth it by the end of it. There's just so much. It's so rich. It's so multi-layered. It does so many things. I can't talk about it without talking about it, and I don't want to spoil it in case you do watch it.
Lovecraft Country is super sci-fi, but as real. This is a cheap plug, but it's as real as a Haven of Mist edition.
Oh shit, Cedric!
Because people, when they read it, they all got the same issue. It's so real, or it's so strong. They all got the same thing, and some of them use it in a negative way. I'm like, you can't handle the book because it's too real. You can't deny the stuff in it.
I think that's why I love Lovecraft Country so much, because it is real. Every single episode evokes a deep emotional response, and when I'm writing, that is what I try to do. I don't want you comfortable. I don't want you all happily ever after looking for your ruby slippers, goddammit. I want you to be disturbed enough to put it down and be like, what the fuck? Because I know I've done my job. And Lovecraft Country did that. Cedric and I had to pause the show many times to talk about some shit before we were able to continue. And stuff that's memorable, stuff that evokes an emotional response, not like the 100 million Marvel movies that you see once and you're done. Yeah. So, man, we done got off topic, but yeah,
not really.
Back to Lights Out.
Yeah, it's not off topic because it all pertains to Lights Out. Because Lights Out deals with the real.
It does.
It deals with the real. How would you really respond in these situations? What would you do?
Something this movie does well is horror movies in the past, you spend 30 to 45 minutes trying to convince somebody that there's somebody in the house trying to claw out your throat. In this movie, it didn't take long. It didn't take long at all. The child saw it, and then he ended up with the daughter, the sister. The sister saw it. They came together. Yeah, it's real. Now what? You know, so you get past all that bullshit to get to the meat of. We got to be solution oriented.
And that's all within like the first
20,
minutes?
30 minutes. 20 minutes. Yeah, about 20 minutes.
Oh, sorry, everybody. On Sonny's area, got a cough, and it's hard to get rid of it. Oh my goodness. What part after? Okay, I'm curious. But for Sonny, what? Okay, we get to the dude. He gets, he sees the thing. He goes through everything. All right, sees it. He runs from it. Figures out it's the light. Knows the boundary. Takes his area to. He's like, okay, I got this. I'm running to the room. Left his stuff behind.
Yeah. Got the keys.
But he gets in the room. That's when I had a slight issue when he got to the safety room.
When I said, and I said the same thing at that part. I said, now how in the world did the lights go off in his office?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The warehouse, they had a sensor on there, so you had to move your hand in order for the light to turn on. But that didn't happen in his office.
He just went in there, and all of a sudden, and it starts flicking. He's like, "Oh no!" He almost had the look on his face like this is some movie bullshit.
Yeah, and see, that's where the movies take their allowances. Because if you think later on in the movie, the power goes out from the house to the street. How the hell that happened?
What?
And she down there flicking the switches, and nothing's working. So what is this chick, an electrician too?
Oh. Dude gets yanked into the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, hold up. He gets yanked into the darkness, into the closet. No, it wasn't even a closet.
It was a corner.
The corner of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets thrown outside where he was by his keys.
Mm-hmm.
And we forgot to tell everybody that, y'all. So in this movie, Lights Out, the spirit can only move in darkness.
Yeah, we did forget to. Yeah, it can only move.
Yeah, I was working up to that. Sometimes I like to work up to things, and I always got complaints like you go all around the bush and stuff.
Right.
Sometimes it's good to get some preface to it, But yeah, it only works in darkness. It can teleport, obviously. If it's dark, it can go there. Okay, right. Fine. But how does it do that to a whole person that's not, and I'll unveil it later, but not, and I got an issue with that, but not whatever it is. Whatever this quote unquote spirit, demon, thing, ghost is, how can it do that to him?
What do you mean? Do you mean like the exit? What do you mean by how?
It can move from area to area in the dark, into the room, out of the room. It don't matter. It doesn't need a door. But it did that to him. It like pulled him into the shadow and spat him out somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's things like that should be covered in a movie.
I mean, because think about the way the lights were set up in the warehouse. It was bright light, dark. Bright light, dark. She could have pulled him into the dark in the office, slaughtered and maimed him, killed him, moved to the dark spot in the warehouse, and then just fit into the light
without opening.
Yes, she's never opened doors or windows. She's a spirit.
She never opened the door.
Yeah, but he's not a spirit.
Hey man, when you get pulled into the spiritual realm, whatever goes.
Okay, see, that's why I say they need to go over that. Because is that what happened to him? Did he get pulled into the spirit world, jacked all up to be gotten damn, and then thrown out somewhere else? I think that's a good question.
Maybe they figured it didn't matter. He's dead.
Right. They got rid of him at the beginning.
Yeah.
Got rid of him at the beginning.
And then, this movie. This is when he's going to make it ethnic and you understand minority issues. This is when you start getting angry. So, okay, you got all this. We got that scene. Now you got to go to the boy and the daughter. Okay. So she's obviously, boyfriend thing. Let's meet her. He's like, baby, please. And she's like, no. And so it's like, all right, we go with that.
She's obviously got commitment issues.
Yep. But then the boy ain't doing well in class. He's gone to sleep twice.
3 times.
Oh, and 3 times. That's such an issue. Wow. All right. Let's call the police because, he went to sleep in class. No one on this planet has ever done that.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that was excessive. If you went to sleep 3 times in class, you called the darn Child Protective Services?
Exactly.
That don't make sense.
She said 3 times. I thought she was going to say 3 weeks.
Yeah, for 3 weeks, he been sleeping.
Three times this week, he fell asleep in homeroom. So we called the Popo.
Right.
Man, if that kid was black, they'd have showed up and shot him.
Yeah. How dare you sleep?
Yep. Diana wouldn't have a problem then. No. So now.
And that part I felt was wrong because the daughter, so it's the boy who fell asleep in the class, and then his sister. They called the older sister because they couldn't get in contact with the mama.
Mm-hmm.
The sister was going to take him. Yep. Why would you tell her she can't take him? Take him to the mom.
That don't make sense.
I'm not understanding that. They all sisters and brothers. You know what I mean? You called her because he was falling asleep. So what was the purpose of calling her if you didn't want her to take him?
Exactly.
Thank you. It defeats the point. We called you to get you to get him to take to the mom. Wait, you're here. You can't take him because you're you.
Right.
Like, what the hell is wrong with you? And then they grill. Look, the boy is at home. Obviously got some issues. He's standing there asleep against the wall.
Yeah.
The sister comes in. I would like to take him. I want to take care of him. Social worker, no, because reasons. It's like, what if he just stayed with his sister because it's his sister who's obviously making it on her own?
Yeah.
What about when the boy looked at her after his sister said, "This must be why you left"?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
In front of the social worker, I was like, "Dude."
That social worker, I was like, they're gonna make you hate a black woman, ain't they?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're gonna do. Because man, she did everything. How can I say by the quote unquote book? But let's just throw it out there. Black people don't have privilege. So black people got this thing that's called some serious basic street common sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And she didn't use any of it. The boy is jacked up at home. Can't sleep at home. Obviously, he's sleeping in school. So what's wrong at home? Mm-hmm. Well, let's not think about that. Let's blame the sister who we don't know how she lives or work or do anything and say that you ain't fit to raise someone that we know nothing about.
And then gonna look at boy and say, if you ever need to talk, you can call me. Oh yeah, that gives me so much confidence.
Yeah, I'm gonna call the one that doesn't listen.
and more to the point. Okay, after he goes and he stays one night. She shows up. You can't take him. You can't take him. They're walking down the hall. Boy says, "It's okay. I got some sleep. I'll be all right for tonight." The social worker would be like, "Well, what the hell's gonna happen tonight?"
Right. Exactly.
He's like, no, we ain't gonna ask that because you're just a kid and kids don't know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And Sidra and I Sidra brought up something during the movie. She was just like, this boy is well above. I mean, his brain is working in overdrive.
Yeah.
Right.
He's suffering so much, but he's built so much positive character about him.
Independence and self-reliance and self-sufficiency.
That a privileged kid can't get.
He had to make himself the parent because the parent wasn't able.
And having those characteristics are good because you will be able to take care of yourself as you get older. But because you suffer such trauma, you're going to have issues when you get older. And on the flip side of that, if you were a kid whose parents were together, whether you have one parent or two, they weren't crazy on no medication, you didn't suffer deaths or bullying and stuff like that, you are taken care of. Like a parent should be able to take care of their child, but you won't have that self-sufficiency and independence and self-reliance until much later if you acquire it then. So it's like, if you're able to take care of your kids, you hamstring them, but if you fuck your kid up, they'll be able to take care of themselves. And it's fucked up that trauma builds so much character in people.
Sad. I hate that. That's that double-edged sword, as Sidra called it.
And so that the fact that he went through all this, even before his dad died, mom was going through it. And then the realization that okay, there's some sort of creature in the house, and mom don't really seem to mind. It made you feel for this boy more. It makes you, and he was a polite, sweet little faced boy. So he's endeared on you. They chose a very good actor to play him. He was smart. And he wasn't crying and bitching and moaning and whining and entitled. So you wanted him to live.
He was solution oriented.
And his sister was the same way. At no point was I like, you can just go. I never felt that way about her.
Right.
She tried to tease being a complete dumbass maybe a couple of times. Teased it just enough to make you be like, you know what? I'm not really caring about your life. And then she pulls it right back to like, I'm good. I'm like, all right, you can live.
And she pulls it right back because her brother is so with it. And he just comes out and says that, hey, it's this. And she just has to man up and be like, you know what? I believe you. Now what we gonna do?
Right.
That's the part of the movie that taught me so much back then. It's something that I've wanted, but I wanted it so much. And I've always wanted someone to just trust and believe in me for when I say stuff instead of it's just in your head or it's bullshit. So when she said that, she got his attention and said, I'm gonna say I believe. I was like, girl, we are here. Yes. I was like, I'm cheering for you now. And I've actually started using that when I am talking to people in private, young people, because they got to grow up with their parents basically saying, you ain't shit, I don't trust you, I never will, and you're not important. And then for me to come along and say, hey, if there's something on your mind and you feel a certain way about something, you can tell me how you feel. It's okay. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to bite you. I'll talk to you about it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bite your head off. I want you to deal with the situation you're going through in a positive manner instead of saying, get over it. Have thick skin. Why are you weak? So this movie helped me like really, really assert that into me dealing with other people. And that's what I do with movies. If the movie can't teach me something, I don't give a damn about it. I really don't remember too much about it. One of my favorite movies, I don't know if you've seen this, Sunny Secular, but 12 Angry Men.
Yeah, I haven't.
Ooh, was it 1996 version? You can watch the black and white version if you want. But the 1996, Tony Danza and some others is in it. Beautiful. The thing I got out of that movie is possible. That word is so strong in that movie. I suggest you find it, check it out. I don't care where you find it. I'll give a link to a place where you could probably find it later, but nothing that no one needs to know about this area. All right.
I can find it.
But I really enjoyed when they got with it, and the boyfriend, he had to come along, but didn't take him much either. You only got to see it once. Flashlight is off, you see a shadow. Flashlight on, it's gone. Like, what the hell? Then you test it. Nope, my eyes ain't messing with me. That's there. We got an issue. I like that. So this social worker thing that drags on, but I like when the sister saw it for the first time.
Oh yeah, when she was laying there in bed
and that
scratching sound.
That scratching. And then she looks over and she's like, look, if you want to do this, and she sees and she looks and sees the shadow just scratching, and then the red light come on, because they must be in the red light district. But
no, she got a neon sign outside the window.
Red light district.
Hush. She probably got cheap rent.
Red light district. I'm gonna mess with her off. I'm gonna find somebody named Yul Brynner in this.
Oh,
but anyway, but I'm gonna tell you about that later, Sonny. All right,
okay.
That's a serious running joke. But when that light was there, she saw it, and it's like blinking on, blinking off. Okay, scratching, and then it turned and looked at her like, "There you go." And Sidra said, "Oh, you've been noticed." I was like, "Yep." This is when you run and scream.
Yeah.
I honestly,
the fact that she remembered it from when she was a child,
Yeah.
meaning
Yes.
how long it's been going on.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank
Exactly.
you. Yes.
Exactly.
Perfect. Because I would like to see that. I would like to see her story. Because somehow she got away from it. Think about it. This thing
It wasn't never
followed
for
the
her.
But it wasn't there for her, so it was easy. When she committed to, you know what, I'm out. That means that it had
The
mom
mom
all to herself.
herself.
That's what she
Yeah.
wanted.
That's why she killed the both the
Both the
husbands.
husbands.
Okay. So here's the question. She got mom to herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Followed the boy to his house. Started tormenting them.
Because the goal was to get them.
Hit them for what?
Because they are a tether. There are people who could come in and be like, Mom, you need to do better because, this isn't right. They're ones who could speak reason to her.
That's not their fault. That was social workers doing that. The boy was like, I'm trying to get away from you, mom, and you to be with sister, and I don't want to have nothing to do with y'all. And this is like, I don't want us to have anything to do with y'all. And the social worker's like, hey, you got to have something to do with them. And they're like, no.
Well, the kid was, he needed sleep. That was his thing. I just need some sleep so I can go back and combat this problem the best way I can. Because he didn't want to abandon his mother. He didn't.
And
And
see,
he
that's one
says
of
that
the
over and
problems
over
that I
again.
had. That even though the mom kept telling the ghost or spirit, just don't mess with my children, she had been messing with them since day one. So why was you still fucking with her? I don't understand.
That's a good question.
That's because she was mentally weak, and Diana was always on her. She was always right there at her, in her head, whispering in her ear, keeping her in the dark, whittling her down to a nub to the point where it's like, all right, it's just you and me. And mom's like, okay, I got my kid, I love my kid, but I have to be here for Diana because I abandoned her. That's what Diana had pushed her into that, you abandoned me, so you were at my whims. And that's why when she was sitting there watching movies with a little boy, she's like, okay, we're going to turn the lights out now, and that's the way it's going to stay. And little boy's like, fuck that shit, I'm out.
Sonny, what do you think about that boy's performance when she said he got scared and she grabbed him? I'm going to tell you a story, and that boy looked straight up frightened. What did you think of that boy?
I didn't know that Diana was going to be above him. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that freaked me out.
Yeah,
you see her walking up behind.
Yeah,
yeah. Through the rest of the movie, we could hear her walking, except for that part. She just appeared out of nowhere.
Like, man, and the boy hollered, and the first time, this is our second time seeing it, and it took a while. It really had to come back to us.
Yeah, because we forgot.
Absolutely, but.
She picked him up by his head, though, so she was planning on killing him, and the mom still didn't see that. I don't understand. She said, like, through the whole movie, don't hurt my kids, but that's exactly what she was doing, hurting her kids.
Here's how you all have to understand it. That the mother, whose name I cannot remember, was in an abusive relationship with Diana.
Yeah, it's basically the woman getting beat by her man.
Exactly.
And has never been trained on how to do anything other than be taken care of. She was in that position.
She was psychologically gaslighting her at every turn. It's your fault they got me. It's your fault I'm dead. You left me and this happened. You can't leave me again. Later,
technically speaking, it wasn't even her. It didn't have nothing to do with her. The doctor strapped her down.
It didn't have anything to do with her. But, her constantly in her ear all the time, and her being so mentally broken down, she was an abused spouse.
Yep.
Right. She was an abused spouse. I mean, because if you're an abused spouse and you tell the one who's whipping your ass on a daily basis, just don't hit my kids, and they hit your kid, you're so broken. What are you gonna do about it?
Just accept it.
You're just gonna accept
it. Shoot
them. And I agree, but she was just accepting of it until Rebecca came back. Rebecca came back and was like, Mom, you need help. I'm here. When she came back, that was just the right push that she needed for that momness to come out and be like, know what? Don't you fuck with my kids, you creepy bastard.
Right.
And I like how the mom lady, she started setting ground rules.
Yes.
It's like, look, we can chill. Don't hurt my babies.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That made me feel like, I'm like, man, that's a good mom right there. Don't hurt my babies.
Mm-hmm.
And something that I noticed too at the end, those pills that she had in her closet, in her dresser, they must have made Diana go away, because you noticed when she got ready to take them, she knocked them out of her hand.
Yeah, she got rid of all her medication. When she was on her medication, it counted her depression. And when she was depressed, that's when Diana could creep in. That's how she crept in when she was in that asylum. She was in the asylum for depression. She was mentally down, so Diana was able to get in. And so the same thing must have happened when Rebecca was, the only child. She must have got depressed for some reason and was able to get in. And so to further isolate her, she killed off Rebecca's father.
So she was obviously on these pills, and she gets off the pills, or something's happening because she was on them, obviously working, and then either they maybe body adjusted and they just didn't work as strongly anymore,
or she stopped taking them.
Like, I feel good.
Yeah, exactly. But that happens with mental health patients. I'm feeling pretty good. I don't think I need that, and then you stop taking it. And next thing you know, you barricade in the house with a shotgun. And not to be taking.
I'm in the desert in my drawers.
And not to be flippant, but that shit happens. So yeah, at some point, maybe she stopped taking them. Maybe Diana, found a little opening. Was like, you don't need those. You're just fine on your own. And she's like, you know what, Diana, you're right, and stop taking them. It could have been any little thing to prompt her to not take the medication anymore. But yeah, that's always Diana's opening.
A movie well made will always allow you to ask questions, and they're linked if you watch it a few times. They're linked. This is a well-made movie. There might be some tiny little holes here and there, maybe, but all in all, I like that you can get down with the characters. It don't matter what their color is and all that stuff. You don't go into their background. How well do they live? How well do they not live? You can identify with this situation. If this was happening to you, this is probably how it would happen.
Yeah.
Right.
This is probably how it would happen. And since it manifests itself so strong, you can't deny it.
Exactly.
So you got to get into, do I accept it? Or do I get the fuck out? Or do I just fight it? And if so, how? All of that happens in this movie. Every single one of those happens. They tried accepting it. They tried running from it. They tried fighting it per se. Didn't work. Then they have to stumble on, because the heroine of the movie has to stumble on a way to fight it, and it still won't good enough. And then what happened? Dude, your boyfriend, he gets messed up. He drives away. So then you got that point in the movie. If no one ever notices, every single movie has a cookie cutter part. All right, we're together, we're great. Oh my goodness, we have an argument. Now we hate each other. Got to separate.
Yeah.
And then somehow we pull it back together, and then we win. Yay! This wasn't that. Him driving off was that part.
Yeah.
So it calls into question, did he abandon us and all this other stuff? And he comes back with the po-po. I'm like, man.
Now that's the problem I had. That's the only problem I had with this movie, because had they been, and I'm not lying, a person of color, there is no way in hell you could have convinced them that the people in that family didn't kill the police.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially when the last thing you heard was them calling for backup because officer was down.
And hey, before that point, there's no way you could have convince the cop to follow you back to this house.
Right.
What did he say?
I don't know what the hell he said.
What did he say?
Exactly.
No, he was gone.
They came back to the house and they both got killed.
Black cops got killed. Anything to kill some black people, right?
It was a black and Latino woman.
They didn't say nothing at the end.
They were people of color.
I know, I'm just being accurate.
Social worker, don't nobody like her.
It was two black people and a Latino, so one had to be left alive. That's the ratio. There was 3 minorities, so they had to kill off 2. They couldn't kill them all.
Right.
They got the darkest ones.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what they did.
it ain't the darkest one because the black social worker, she lived. They got a Latino and they got a black man.
Right.
Oh, okay. I thought Diana messed up the black cop.
She
the
got
female
both
officer.
the cops.
Yeah, but
she
the
didn't
female
get the
was not black.
she didn't get the
social
what was
worker.
the lady, not the social worker, but the lady at the beginning? Was she like the
The
maintenance
assistant?
Oh, you mean the
maintenance
one that
worker
was trying to warn
for the
husband?
dad? Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that was trying to warn her dad. She was Latina.
No, I thought she was white.
Wait, but did Diana get her?
No, she
No. She left.
Are we sure?
left. No, we're not. We just been seeing again.
Yeah, right. We didn't see her again.
like Harlem Night, just like, it's like, yeah, my parents dead. Well, did you kill them? No, they just dead. Like, wait, what? Because it showed it was going to get her, and she left.
She left. All we heard was the door closed, so we don't know.
Yeah,
We don't know. We never saw a body, didn't see blood.
No.
You know what? Let's just say she made it, because in every movie, what did they do? They made sure that when you do kill that one person to set it off, they somehow throw the body or show the other person's body.
They do,
Right.
and Diana was only killing anybody who interfered with her getting her hands fully on that mother. And Esther didn't have anything to do that. She had plenty of opportunity to get Esther, and she didn't do it.
It's more like she's scaring her away.
Yeah.
She could have got him. Yeah, I give it that. So Esther lives.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give her that. She lives. All right, somebody that had nothing to do with it lives, because usually bystanders drop.
Right.
This Sidra said when they first showed the house, if you see a house got hedges like this and a walkway at the top, you know somebody done died there.
That was a big old house. Somebody
was.
died, or they were getting tortured in the basement. It used to be a seminary or a nunnery. It was something. It was somewhere folks died.
And that part was weird too, because remember when she had the daughter had the black light and she went in the basement?
Yeah.
Diana's room was upstairs next to the mom.
Yeah.
So what was all of that in the basement?
Thank you.
That's a good question.
That's what I was asking. She was like, what is all this? And then Diana was down there, but in physical form.
Yeah. Not just shadow, because something with that black light.
Yeah, the black light was doing something, but hey, it's not.
She had the same disease like the kids in the others. That photo what is it?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It's photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Sensitivity. Photosensitivity.
Okay.
There you go.
We gonna get it, y'all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had the same thing like those kids in the others, so she couldn't be around certain kind of light.
That black light messed her up.
No, the black light didn't mess her up. What she had was the black light in one hand and flashlight in the other. So she would hold the black light and she come reaching through, and you could actually see her physical form, and she break out that flashlight and it started to burn. She's like, ah!
So I guess the black light it takes away that spectral power. It shows her true form, and the light actually hurt her.
Yeah, exactly.
We can, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's pretty cool. Here's the thing.
This movie left opening for a part 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because she's there.
I can see the little brother seeing her now. It's something about the way he looked at the end when they were hugging.
I guess you can go there. But
when they were hugging, he kind of looked in the camera. To me, it seemed like he kind of looked in the camera.
I would have to go back and look at it again. I guess it could be an opening, but the way they built the mom's and Diana's relationship, I don't think so.
Unless there really was a person in the basement.
Unless, but they also make sure to build in there that when they found Diana as a 13-year-old in the basement, she'd been in there with a skin condition, and Dad committed suicide. She's in my head, written in blood. So she obviously, whatever she did to drive him to it, latched on to Diana. That latching.
What if Diana was her twin? That would be a good set.
Yeah.
because there's
Make it
something
part
going
two.
wrong. There's a lot about Diana they didn't go over.
Yeah.
There's too much.
Right.
Too much. What's her true backstory?
Yeah, her
The only
origin
that
story,
only type
yeah.
of that only type of loyalty would be a twin or a sister.
Yep. I mean, yeah, granted, okay, let's say friend, been there. Diana was toxic and vile to everybody.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
wouldn't be a friend to somebody like that. They'd have to
Right.
be someone of blood relation, or you
But-
grew up with them almost like they should have been a blood relation.
But they said, it was said in the description, the doctor saying, you know, they said that she was evil. So they think that she latched on to her, got into her head, and made her think she was a friend.
that's possible.
It's quite
You
obvious.
gaslight some. That's gaslighting.
It's quite obvious she was toxic and she was gaslighting. But if she did
Yeah.
get into her head and seen that she was in there for depression and she was already at her lowest,
Right.
any little bit of contact might have been enough to be like, "Oh, you really do care about me, even when you smack me across the face and claw my body."
Right. Exactly.
And the mother was the mother.
Exactly.
The
Her
mother
arm
Sophie,
was
right?
scratched.
Yes, the mother was Sophie. Thank you. I couldn't remember her name.
Okay, so because Sophie, the truth is, because I was listening to the recordings, Diana needed Sophie.
Yeah.
It wasn't the other way
Right.
around.
Mm-mm.
You could hear it. Like, why did you, Sophie? Better.
Exactly. She was getting better.
I'm like, oh, that's a lot right there.
Mhm.
And
Right.
I've seen that in real life. I have seen that. So that's one thing about a lot of movies. My real life can connect with it in some weird way. And I'm just like, whoa, I get it. And it's
It's
but-
like Diana is the epitome of that toxic, gaslighting, manipulative, selfish narcissist, amped all the way up to the maximum, and then painfully executed in the midst of her rage. That's just the perfect story for an evil, malevolent spirit to glom onto somebody and not let go.
Right.
Actually, no, Donald Trump as it is. Because think about what he's done, and 225,000 plus people dead, and everyone's like, yeah, you can protect us.
Yeah, really.
Diana backsmacked the mom across the room.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the
I
mom
thought she
is
was
like,
gonna kill her. I thought she was.
I thought she was going to be dead right then.
Mhm. But she couldn't kill her
She
because
can't-
she needed her.
Yep. And she backsmacked her, and she's like, you don't understand. They don't understand.
Mhm.
They didn't mean
He
it. I'm
didn't,
like,
he didn't
man.
know any better.
It's like, have you seen What's Love Got to Do with It?
Of course.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we were like this, and Tina
Yeah.
like, like, oh crap.
Oh shit.
You know
We
what?
damn sure were. We get the fuck out of this car.
Yep. Really, that one broke my window. I hated Lawrence Fishburne. Still kind of do. Because that's some good acting.
Yeah.
But this movie was just like that.
Mhm.
It was just like that. And I was
And-
thinking,
and-
if she really, 'cause the daughter was there to say, hey, you need to shift this.
Mhm.
You know, and I'm thinking, okay, Diane, this is the thing about a malevolent, evil person or spirit or anything in general. Because if Diane could just step back and chill, could have had everybody there and nobody would have been scared of, and it would just chill and be chill. That would have been it. But no, selfish.
Selfish. Yeah.
I mean, greed on a maximum level.
Mhm.
Narcissistic beyond compare.
And they kind of showed that at the beginning because when the mother was trying to talk to the little boy and was like, go back in your bed now, Diana was pulling her nightgown like, get back in here.
Yep, that
Yeah.
was in two
And
different
that was
scenes.
two
She
different
was pulling.
scenes.
You're
And
right.
later, when Rebecca was talking to her, and she was like, "I'm going," and her mom was like, "You're staying." You could see it on her face. She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna stay tonight." And that's when
Yeah.
she gave her that piece of paper balled up in her hand. And Diana was like, "All right, we had enough of that. Get your ass back in here. Close the door."
Exactly.
What's this domestic stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Get in here. And I gotta be honest with you, that scene when Diana pulled her back in, I thought it was like really, I just thought it was cute. I'm taking away the whole spirit thing. The first thing that jumped in my head was if it was her little boy that grabbed her sweater and said, "Mommy, the help," and pulls a little sweater, and she's like, "Okay, baby." I just thought that's where my head went. You know?
Oh no, that's
but-
not where Maz went. Maz was like, "Come here."
Yeah, see, when I first saw it,
I said you could talk for 5 minutes. Now get in here.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he made me have a coughing fit. I was sitting there. I was sitting there watching, and I thought it was cute. But then, to me, the thing of a movie that's scary is not the jump scares. I hate the stupid violin build-up thing. No, it's the concept. The concept. Because just think, you wake up one day, do your work, you do your dailies, and then it's nighttime. You chilling, you go watch some TV, and then all of a sudden you feel a pressure beside you, and you look, and it's this black shadow sitting next to you, and just slowly look at you with these glowing eyes. Hello, and you're like, well, fuck, I'm gonna pass out on purpose right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, you wake up, and it's like, I'm gonna be here forever. What do you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh crap!
Yeah, really.
Go ahead and move. I'll be there too. That's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then anyone you try to be friends with, they come into the house. If the light goes out, they dead.
You're right.
Pop's gonna blame who?
Yeah.
You go to
Yeah.
prison, lights go out, your friend is there.
Yeah, that's messed
Some
up.
scary shit. That's some scary shit. However, in prison, you'll win because that figure needs you, right? Someone come in your cell trying to kill you, they gonna die.
Yeah, they gonna die.
You're gonna have a body count and never touched anybody.
And they'll take them somewhere else and dump the body.
Yep, because obviously you can take them outside the room, the spirit realm or whatever it is. So yeah, the concept is what's awesome. So when you get that concept mixed with who needs who, and the daughter comes in and says, hey, baby, mommy. And mom is like, my baby. And it's like, wait a minute. You need me. And that's when that shift happens. And as Sonny Secular said earlier, it's like, hey, who needs who?
Exactly.
And then it started. And I like that. That is the sub battle that you kind of miss. Because you're so thinking about Rebecca, the brother, and Diana, that all fight. But you miss the fight between the mom and her, basically her warden. Yeah. You miss that fight. It's verbal, it's psychological, not necessarily physical. Unless it's the one-sided backhand. Yeah. But that's about it. You know, so you miss that fight. You don't really, they don't really focus on the mom truly coming about herself. You just see the snippets of the points of, okay, I said don't hurt my babies. I'm gonna get out this door. Then they click on to something else. You don't get to see her really work that door. You don't get a chance to see her, how can I say, for Aliens, Ripley. You don't get to see her, you know, bring herself up and become that juggernaut that has to win in the end.
Right.
But you do get the sense of it. They give you flashes, so that's good. But I would rather see the mother come up. That's what I'd rather see. Show that woman power. Show what a mom is all about. Show why you should fear the mom, because that motherfucker's gonna sacrifice anything for her babies. That's what you need to see in movies.
I think the reason why they left it so subtle is just enough for you to get the hint, and they leave it so subtle, and the mother seemingly such a weak character because it makes the last scene that much more startling and impactful.
And I agree with that.
And that was the only way that she could have killed it. But like I said, I still feel like it's enough room for a part 2. I just do.
Yes, because Diana piffed. Diana piffed, right? Like the sparkles went away.
She piffed like she burned up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But think about how she got there. Just depression, someone to latch on to.
I feel like they should have burned everything that was in that box.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Get rid of everything about her, but
everything about her. Burn the house up.
Yeah. It just hit me what Sonny Shackler said about burning everything in the box, because it made me say, yeah, gotta erase her. Yeah. It made me think, because they're doing the play on Nightmare on Elm Street. That's what they're doing the play on.
Gotta take away all the power.
As you think about it, it's gonna be real. That's what they did. So that boy, Rebecca, and the boyfriend, that's a long-lasting memory. That's the kind of crap you go through that makes a strong bond for the rest of your life, because nobody's going to get it.
Yeah.
Nobody. So that means Diana is there. She got free rent in their brain.
But there's a difference between memory and that direct.
That's cute. Thank you. He gave me a Twix. You gonna give me M&M's too? Yeah, because there's so many in there, right? You can just share, right? Uh-huh. Yeah, you nice today? Yeah, she's being so cute. Oh. Can't go trick-or-treating, so, bought the candy. You go there, people slobbering and spitting all in the air and then breathing in their spit.
I know, right?
Both of y'all. Got both of you.
What you saying about the memory? I get that, but her contact with Sophie was just so direct and so strong. I mean, he had contact with her in life.
Yeah.
And that stayed with her over what? 20 years, 2 marriages, 2 kids?
And those kids stayed with her. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, but it's not that direct contact.
No,
now,
it's not direct.
If Diana had started fucking with the kids the way she was fucking with Diana, trying to get into their heads, I would be more inclined to agree.
Yeah, the kids don't feel like they need her. They're trying to get away from her.
They're trying to get away from her. All she did with them was terrorize them on the outside, and terror pushes you away.
Terror can also bring something to you. So
I don't know, because the daughter took that. They had 2 boxes, one at the house, and the daughter took one to her house.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, see, there's room for a sequel. There's room, because if it can piff away, if it can piff into your life and piff out and follow you wherever you go, it can piff back in.
And mental health is hereditary sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just because the daughter's okay now,
don't mean she won't be like, she might have a kid, and then that'd be the gateway to depression.
The boy, when he gets older, he might. I mean.
And it could skip a generation. I've seen a movie with that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's so many things they can do. This movie was done just 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So the boy can grow up and have some depression. The daughter can. Her father was killed. Stepfather was killed. Mother killed.
And she witnessed her mother commit suicide.
And the mother, that's some strength.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She found her power at the end. Mm-hmm. But the mom, that was awakening. You need me. And Diana, you can see the little red hues, but yet so expressionate, like, oh crap, she figured it out. And she started running. And the mother, that is so, people are gonna that's what Sidra was saying earlier, why it's so powerful. Because the look on that mother's face, that subtle smile, that smirk, that I got you. And I'm going to protect my babies, like I said I was. Exactly. Like I done told you what I'm gonna do, and it's here. Mm-hmm. You can see it.
And that's what she said at the end too, before she shot herself. She said, "I'm protecting you."
Yep. I was like, that got me in the feels. That got me. I wasn't all messed up, but I was kind of getting there.
I was getting there, and then when Rebecca screamed after she pulled that trigger, I was done.
Yeah.
I was wet faced. That was a scream of such rage and pain and heartbreak. Oh my goodness.
And yet, it ain't got shit. Train to Busan.
Yeah.
What?
Have you seen Train to Busan? Oh my goodness.
You need to watch it.
It's Train to Busan.
It might not be up there.
It's not on. I don't think I saw it on HBO Max.
It might be on the other site.
Yeah, it might be on Netflix. If you ever get a chance to watch them, it's a Korean zombie movie.
It's a read.
It will change your life. It's one of the best zombie movies.
Really?
The only other one I can compare it to that and it's being as good as it is was World War Z.
Yeah,
I saw that World War Z. I like that.
Train to Busan. Oh my goodness, that's like the author said on Facebook. That'll make you ugly cry.
Yes,
that'll make you ugly cry. The entire family, Sonny, was sitting there in that movie, jacked up, face wet, tears streaming.
We were all messed up.
Wow.
Holding each other.
I was holding you.
You can go over there and you can talk tough over there watching your damn marker
But you climbed into my
you
arms
was all
for
messed
comfort.
up, crying and holding. Oh, what?
I'm gonna have to check that one
of
out.
you crying after that movie. Don't make me embarrass you.
To me, this movie Lights Out, it put me in the mind of Insidious. Did you already see that one?
Oh, Insidious. Oh, yeah, it's one of my favorites.
That's why I said this might be a part 2
It
because I feel like it ended like that the same way.
Get back. There you go. Blue M&Ms taste better than the green ones because blue tastes like a berry.
So silly.
I heard that some dude actually said that and he meant it. I was like, whoa, dude.
They all taste the same, man.
I was like, this is where we live. There are these people around.
Yeah, I see what you're saying about likening it to Insidious and there being an opening. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
I did not want to do a martial arts movie. Go on somewhere, girl. So, this Conjuring, Insidious, all of that, to me, that's next level.
I'm waiting for the Cricket Man to come out.
Yeah, the Cricket Man. They did a movie on Sci-Fi, a regular one of it.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
We're recording.
But oh man, Lights Out. Like I said, yeah, I don't know if you've seen this one. It was like Darkness Falls. It's basically
a long time since
akin
I've
to
seen that.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, that movie will fuck you
that was
up for
I haven't
life.
seen that in a while.
I'm not gonna lie, Darkness Falls. Watch that. I'm being honest with you. I couldn't sleep right for about 2 nights.
Oh really?
I won't write. I won't write. I had to have lights on. I'm not on bullshit. I won't write because I had those thoughts when I was a little kid.
Okay.
And then someone puts in the movie perfectly what I thought of as a kid. That messed me up.
Wow.
Darkness Falls. That's something to watch. Train to Busan.
Mm-hmm.
That's another. Anything about this? Was it Blumhouse?
Blumhouse Productions or
Blumhouse?
James Wan?
James Wan. Yeah, just anything from them. Not.
The two Nun movies. Yeah. The Nun movie had too many holes in it.
Had enough holes. So switched. But it's all right. It's worth a watch.
Yeah.
You know, just if they made a movie that fills in the holes, it'll probably be scarier than the original.
Yeah.
Just to be honest with you. Because they'll just basically if you watch Child's Play, the original and the remake, that's pretty much what you got.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's what it'll be. That's what that movie is. I think Sonny Secular is right. A part 2, they got to think about it, got to write about it, but it's quite easy. I mean, it's real damn easy, and they could actually make it scarier than the first one.
Yeah, and then the whole scope of horror movies and spirits, do they ever really go away? So yeah.
It's something that people need to think about. What made this movie scary, besides the concept, there was no stupid violin build up, no jump scares.
Not really.
There were no jump scares.
No, yeah, not really.
Not really, no.
You see the creature.
Yeah.
And the creature is getting close to you, and you don't know what it is. There was only one jump scare. I'm not gonna spoil that. Only one, and it was, but it's when everything, it was like black light scene, basement. That's when it turned into that first epic scream from Rebecca.
Yeah.
Trying to compete with the scream queens of the 80s.
Nah, you can't compete with them.
No, you can't.
They had their screams down.
Yes.
Had it down to a science.
It's bugging me. Sonny Secular, you got to find Train to Busan. Because they talked about making a sequel.
They're either they made it or it's out, just not out here.
Okay.
I will send you a link with how to find it. Because it's not on Netflix. And see, I wish you still had Netflix. Have you seen the Tremors movies?
Yeah.
There's
It's been a while.
There's a new Tremors out.
I just saw the first one.
Oh, there's what, 6?
I think 6. Yeah,
Or
six or
9.
7.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh.
And they're all worth it.
Yeah.
They're all worth it. We haven't seen the latest one, but
Not yet.
so far they batting 1,000.
Yeah.
So it's you want to laugh, you want to be a tiny bit scared. They're worth it.
And grossed out.
Grossed out,
You're
man.
gonna be grossed out, definitely.
Grab her with guts.
Yeah. Flinging sweet potatoes.
That's what she's always called them.
It's like just throw sweet potatoes on them.
Oh man, I enjoy doing this review.
Yeah.
And granted, it's a bit long, but I mean, just mainly chilling and shooting shit, really.
Yeah.
You know?
It was good. It was good, especially for us watching it the second time. It was good.
We forgot.
We forgot that we saw it. I thought I watched it, read the script. I was like, "Ooh, this sounds good." Forgot that we watched it 4 years ago.
In a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so much happened in 4 years.
We got a whole key.
Oh yeah, but that was like, just before that.
But I mean, she's a kid
she ain't
now.
just pop up.
No, she's a full kid now. She's not a toddler. She's not an in between stage. She's double digit.
And she became a kid when she first scraped her knee.
That's true. That was fun.
That was it right there. The first scrape, you a kid. I don't care if you won.
trying to push a shopping cart. We're leaving Target, and she was 3. No, maybe not even 3, but 2.5. And she wanted to push the shopping cart. So I was on the side, and she was pushing in the back. And so I'm watching where we're going, make sure we won't get hit by a car. And then looking at her, looking ahead, looking at her. I look ahead, and I'm like, why is this sudden dragging sensation to the cart? I look back, she just hold on to the cart getting drugged. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh my goodness.
What happened? That little skint knees. Didn't even cry. Where's skin?
What were they then? They weren't skinned. What were they? They were beautiful.
They were beautiful after you got to across the ground.
All right.
We'll fight that battle.
I'm eating the yellow M&M. Tastes like sunshine.
Okay.
These are real quotes. These people exist.
They do.
It ain't the education system, it's the home system.
We're gonna have to get together and do this again.
Yeah.
Maybe make it a little shorter. I don't know. But picking Sunny Secular's brain on what you think about the movies, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that because it was stuff I wasn't even coming close to thinking about. Broaden my horizons, man.
Yeah, and being able to talk about it like this, it allows you to. Oh, I'm gonna get you.
Stop fooling the whole sentence.
Still a Q-tip in me. Being able to talk about it like this, it just causes you to look at the movie in a different lens.
Right, different angles.
And it makes it very interesting.
All right.
Round M&M, way I think that my beautiful sisters taste.
Like chocolate or sweet candy shell.
That's
Which
a
one?
quote. That's a quote. This is shit that I heard when I was in high school, all right?
Oh, okay.
And the dude, a student, but he just lacked in other areas. He was a stupid genius.
Yeah, they're out there.
Let's see why it's called the fun size. I have fun eating that. Normally I'm like, gather them up, dump them down, get on with what I'm doing. Don't care about them. And I really like that shirt. I want to say that. Fun fact, I don't care.
Oh, you can.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I kind of make it a point to buy all the crazy sounding shirts I can. So if it sounds crazy, I'm gonna buy it or make it.
You need to make a secular minority shirt.
I did. I worked in one of my other interviews. It was a white one.
Oh, okay. You got them for sale anywhere?
That's what I'm working on. I'm working on making some merch.
Okay, because I don't know. I tried, and it's like increase the
I want to do
resolution.
my
How
own,
you do that?
like from an Etsy store, and not from.
From Teespring.
Yeah, I don't want to do those. They got the Teespring and all that, but I want to do it myself, where I literally make it and pack it up and send it to you.
Oh, okay.
That's better.
I don't have them. I don't have like thousands of followers, so it shouldn't be bad for me.
True.
Yeah.
True.
That's true.
If you combine your channels, you have about probably 12 or 1,500 subscribers combining your channels.
Oh, the other ones?
Yeah.
The hair one, I haven't been on there in a while, but I want to try to keep the Sunny Secular and the sewing one if I can. Well, the crafting one.
Okay.
That's how I got the idea, because I bought some like one of those heat press things to make t-shirts with.
Okay. You got the
Yeah, but tell us about how you did that.
Yeah. Link us the damn site and stuff.
Was the press very costly?
No, it was real cheap. I got the small one. It's called a Cricut heat press.
Cricut. That's it. That's what our cousins using, Cedric.
That's what they use?
They're using Cricut, yep.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. When I got mad, I was like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And then I went online and I'm like, hey, everybody doing this.
Yep.
Everybody doing
it. I need to do that stuff, because doing it online with everybody else, it ain't working. I tried 3 times. Can't do it. Can't do it. It's just like, how do I do this? We ain't gonna tell you. But work with us. Fuck y'all. Yeah. That's what happens. It just turns the venom from me. It's like, yeah, we want you to work with us and do great working with us. And I'm like, well, great. I would like to do that. Can you help me figure this out? Nope. Fuck you then. I'm like, all right. I ain't got to like this is a rerun in my life. I ain't got to worry about this. I just get rid of you. That's what I've done. Found a place near us though. It's a ways out, but they make shirts. Just probably expensive like everybody else. That's the problem. Okay, so look, how about chat some more after this? But how about we just close this out?
All right, sounds good.
So, do the intro, do the outros probably on our own, but yeah. So it's been fun hanging with you, Sunny Secular, and doing this movie review. We have to do another one.
Both of you,
yeah,
we finally got together. Finally,
yes. Sorry about that. I'm telling you, man. This month has been a killer.
Ain't no joke. I hope it gets behind us soon.
I think it will.
Cause I'm tired of hurting, honestly, and I don't have much skin on my finger left, so I gotta do something. I'm tired of losing skin. So, oh my goodness, we'll talk about it in a moment. But hey, this has been Cedric and Sidra for CR Reviews with special awesome guest and host of Secular Minority, Sunny Secular, Gen Xer. Thank you very much for your kind-hearted and beautiful appearance on our show.
And thank you for inviting me.
And you're welcome. And with that, everyone, as usual, thank you for listening.